What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here. And we're back with Anbu, the Wandering Village. I did find some herbs. They just sprouted up literally in between episodes. I did nothing to make that happen. They just appeared there. So we will gather some of those. We have finished some research. We can move on to the next one. So corn takes... Let's do corn. Then you can do tomatoes. So different types of plants will grow in different climates. So it's wise to get those sorted out so that as Anbu crosses into different biomes, I should say, not planets, you have food and you can make it and your people don't starve. All right, more people are showing up. We have 2 people, sans housing. So let's get that dealt with. I like to just build a few straight away because you're going to need it at some point. And I need to harvest those herbs, but they're not ready yet. But whatever, we'll do the best we can with it. All right, we do need to stay on top of research. A pantry wouldn't be a bad idea. So we have a lot of food activity happening down here. Again, the pantry is 2 by 4. And there's no way I have found to be able to rotate these items. So, no, I don't know. So I guess you always just place them like that. We'll just place food storage and other material storage in the center for now. I'm going to make another air well as well. Should probably research the tank. Is this one... Yeah, see, this one has no water. You can upgrade it once you do some research by this tab here, but... I haven't done that yet, so I am going to put in another one of those. And then, could I... Alright, we're in the middle of research. So water tank I think we'll do next, assuming we have the resources, but we'll have to wait and see. Right now it looks like we're doing pretty good on most everything. Depending on what you're building, different things at the same time. Like if you build a bunch of houses, that's going to consume a bunch of one specific or 2 specific materials. What's wrong here? This is missing... What? Is it water? Yeah, there's no water, which means your plants probably are going to rot. You can harvest water here, but if you don't have a tank to put it in, I'm not really sure. Maybe it goes into these. Let's just stick a person into this other air well too, and then as soon as I can get the research done on that, I'll build a couple of those. What is missing here? Nothing. We have everything we need. Still not talking to Anbu. Anbu's sleeping, which is good. It gives you some downtime once you start doing missions along the outside of the map. I'm going to do some harvesting on all these trees so that when we do get our little dudes that fly out and do stuff, we have a space to put it. Okay, what was that? That was research. I'm going to do water tank next, even though we don't have any water. So we will shortly, though, because our second air well is about to go up. There we go. And I can plant other veggies. See, the beet, it tells you it's not optimal for the beet in terms of temperature right now. It's not optimal for the corn, and that's my only options. So we'll just stick with what seems like the best option there in terms of growing right now. Harvest these rocks, suckers. Get this stuff out of here. There we go. Yeah, so, like I said, this game is oddly addictive. You start playing it, and you're like, oh man, I do have a horn blower. So I want to get around to the research of beautification of the housing area. I'm going to pop a few more tents in there. Then I'm going to put decorations all down here, which should affect... If it doesn't work now, once I build bigger houses and demolish these, it will affect the larger houses. So it'll be fine. Let's shift this up here. Trying to get myself tree chopped into areas where I can actually expand. I think I'm going to move this one over here too, so we're chopping trees over here. It won't go there. You tell me it won't go there because there's one berry seed sitting there? I guess not. What was that? That was research. Okay, so now I can make a water tank. Corn plantation we have. 250 water to learn how to make a tomato plantation. Ouch. And a cactus plantation. Last time I got stuck in the desert, I did have many of the people that would fly out and grab resources, so I was able to survive that way. I do want water tanks too. So these are 3x3, and the water tank happens to be, ironically, not a very compatible size. Are these the herbs? They are. That's beautiful. Let's gather the herbs. Those are already set for gather. And I want another water tank. What is the resource requirement for the water tank? 30 wood. We have a ton of wood. Alright, I'm going to pop it there. And I'm going to go see if I can find more herbs. I just got a massive sprout of herbs over there. And that was it. That was totally it. Sometimes if you do this and search through the trees, you'll find stuff you wouldn't have otherwise spotted, but I don't see anything right now. Alright, what are we actively researching? It doesn't matter because we actively are researching something, so I'm going to ignore. Okay, we're doing well. We have 4 people, nothing to do. So I'm going to beeline a few research projects. I want legitimate housing, the hut. Okay, and then what else makes good sense? I want to be able to get out on the world map and do missions, scavenging, I think it's called. Ambu Doctor, Dung Collector, Compost Heap. Where do I find that? Alright, so Scavenger Hunt is over here. Or Hut. No, it's over there. So we have to get Carpenter, probably Stonemason as well. So once we're done with Cacti, we'll move on. Oop, Ambu's waking up. There he goes. Well, we can man the Ambu horn. He'll eat when he gets over there because he's hungry, and that's what he does. So sometimes not. Like if he's only a little bit hungry and there's some food, but you know there's not going to be any food for a good long while, that's the time to force him to eat. All right, we're almost about to get some more people. That'll give me... How many people join every time? 2 more, so that'll be 24. Bam. Everybody's housed. You can click on this and get some more details. So we currently have 24 people, but 32 housing. Everybody's employed. There's 6 free workers. I like to keep it on resources. And at some point I could start cruising down story mode here too, but I want to get well established. It would be nice if we could not have to worry about some of the basics. We have... The only thing we have in here is berries. You're shizing me. Apparently you are. There are mushrooms around. I don't know why they don't pick the mushrooms up and put them somewhere. Like, there are idle workers. I've yet to figure out. The resources just seem to lay about. And I just assumed, well, that's what they want to happen here, right? I'm going to move this stonecutter's hut down here for a minute. Anytime you destroy something, you do get full resources back. Whatever you put into it, you get out. So that's good. At least everything I've seen so far. Bunch of mushrooms. We can harvest those, I suppose. I don't know if I'm doing myself damage. So like this mushroom is decayed. It'll become a source of fertilizer. Because I didn't harvest it fast enough. And that is the end of my research. You can also just grab a command and like... Okay, that didn't work. Alright, never mind. I don't know. I'm doing something dumb there. Okay, yeah, I actually have to click on them. There's no drag effect. What is this? That's stone. Okay, so research. Can we get the scavenger hunt? We cannot because we need to do stonemason. Alright, so we did get a carpenter, though. And that's the next level. Where do I want to set up industry? Since we're stockpiling stuff here in theory... I think we'll put industry in that general area. This would be this one, our carpenter. And again, it would be nice if you could rotate these things. I find it a little frustrating that I cannot. And maybe there's a way, but I don't think there is. Alright, so we're going to do a carpenter. And then right next to that, we'll do a stone cutter. Because in theory, we're placing supplies here. Do we have stone in here? We do not have stone in here. The last time I just willy-nilly built things everywhere. So This time I was hoping to do it somewhat intelligently, which I'm probably failing at. But there you go. All right, so that's done. Ambu, are you getting close to your food yet? I like to keep it on a little bit slower speed. See, look at this. We could get 20 borscht, which is a gourmet meal, keeping everybody well pleased. If only we had completed research thus far, which we have not. So after this, I'm going to pop 2 people in here straight away. They'll start making boards. I think you can set like a priority. Like if I select these and say high priority, let's see if somebody comes over and grabs them and puts them away. Ooh, herbs. Those are growing herbs. Son of a bee. So I set them high priority. I have 6 extra workers not doing squat. A lot of growing herbs over here. That one's ready to go. Again, if you think you can't see them, then you just kind of get down in the woods. That's, there we go. It's sort of working, right? There you go. At the very least, it's fun. This would be a fantastic feature on some other games I could have mentioned. No, let's just do that. Let's get these out of here. We need some berry seeds. So we'll have a nice big berry farm. We're not even keeping up with water here. As you can see, our tanks are holding fresh water, which is good. What was that? That was a research issue. So let's go to scavenger hunt. It says we're missing resources. So before I can do that, I need to start using the buildings we just figured out. I can't do hut yet either. So we have to go back this way if we're going to accomplish any additional resources or research. What did I like last time? I want landscaping. Okay, we're about to have that. So I'm going to set it and just let it go. I'm not going to discipline Anbu. I don't want to make this thing mad. We're trying to live in harmony with what is actually our Earth, the Anbu. So I'm not going to be mean to it. I'm sure at some point they make you. There's things you probably have to do that Anbu's not going to like so much. You can later on pet Anbu and interact with Anbu in other ways as well. Once you get those things built. Alright, we're just waiting on resources. So we need these herbs over here. Prioritize that. Prioritize. Probably if I just turn this off for a minute, those people will go do something else. Let's try that. And once I see I have 10 of those bad boys, then we'll kick it back on. Never got to my research on decoration either, so I think we'll make that the next play. Oh, well, hang on. What happened there? I want that to happen. I'm a little miffed here. So Anbu is reaching the food. You should see him stop and eat. There he goes. Delicious, healthy, hearty mushrooms. This place contains some fresh food for Anbu. Anbu eats. Alright, there's that research. So that was landscaping. So we're still short on these because we're still building the stone cutter. What else do we have that I know I'm going to want? A dung collector, a compost heap, food compostation. Is that another building? No. Okay. Black pudding. So you can extract things from Anbu, which reduces its health and its trust in you. You can also feed it when you're in spaces where there is no Anbu food available. You can sacrifice villagers to Anbu. It stops all revolts. So there is a benefit there. A feeding trebuchet, why not? Hopefully we have space for that over here. So one issue with the decorations is that they are rather pricey. Wood and clay. I don't have anything in abundance right now. Wood and clay, 15 and 15. I do have more wood than anything else. So what if we just built 2 of those big bushes right there to try and... So if you click on the house, it tells you what the current beauty level is. Decoration totals, 0 out of 3. So that'll add 1 because it's within the radius, you see. It should, and that'll help with happiness. So You do have to get on top of that sooner rather than later. Last time, this thing turns really unhappy. It's like pictures of riots and stuff. So, yeah, I would stay on top of that. All right, are we making stuff? We have no stone. Do I have to make another stone cutter? Do I have this up to high priority? Well, we need that material so we can carry on with research. We're also probably going to need it to make our houses. We're doing the feeding trebuchet. I find this a little wonky. I would wish it would be like here. Maybe a little bit more zoomed in and then just left to right scrollable. Otherwise, you're all over the place. All right, so scavenging hut is my goal. This hut, what do we need? We need a crap ton of clay. We are about out of clay, so since it's not raining, I'm going to get another clay hut going here. And clay gathering camp. Nowhere good to put that. There's food everywhere. I don't want to put it all the way in the back, but there's not a lot of great options. Sometimes they'll just pop up in new spots. All right, pause it. They need me to do something here. I guess that's going to be my best option, even though it's kind of out of the way. Okay, we can build huts now. That's fantastic. So we'll start knocking down houses. We can build a kitchen. We have to wait until resources come in. So I'm going to disable research for a little while here. Put those people to work elsewhere. I can't really do a road through here as I'd like to. Probably I could, but they would. It wouldn't be a bad thing because then they'd grab a bunch of stone. You can also just tell them, hey, come harvest this. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave this one here but disable it because these will keep popping up periodically. Oh, I can also put another person in this, which is going to exhaust these resources really quick, but there it is. So once that one exhausts, and you can click on the resource itself and see, like, it's got 4 left in it. And these, oh, these are about to come back too. Well, one of them is anyway. Very nice. And again, I think in higher humidity they come back sooner. So if I wanted to do, hey, where's my housing? Did we not do hut? Am I losing? No, we don't have the clay to do hut. That's right. Well, we can do a scavenger hut. What do we need? We need clay. We need everything. So the next goal is the scavenger's hut. Because with that, I'm going to try and get him to stop here. I could have given him a command, but he doesn't really like me enough. He wouldn't have listened anyway. We could be getting ancient notes. Ancient notes. This next biome might be a little tough too. I guess we're going to see where we end up. Okay, I have what I need to get to the scavenging hut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because we are missing out on things. We could, infested mushrooms, infested with poisonous fungi. Oh. So I don't understand how to interact with that. Can I get this dude to lay down for a minute? Let's see. Enable. Put a person in there. Click it. Show interactions. Lie down. Let's see. Ambu doesn't trust your commands. There you go. That's about what you'd expect, right? The guy never even made it there. It just happened regardless of that. Okay, well, not sure what to say about that other than the critter doesn't like me too much. I've tried to do what I can to avoid hurting it, but there you go. I wonder if I can just destroy this one and manually harvest these. Some dude was just over here working on it. We should have plenty back here, assuming we can keep it in range. What is this? A pile of compost. I never quite figured out or understood why they didn't plant the whole entire thing. Like, temperature's great. Maybe we're short on water. Yeah, we're out of water. So do I need a third one of these? Seems kind of nuts. Like, we have one farm. I guess the berry farm. Doesn't say it's consuming water. Oh, look at this. Nice herbs popping up here. So, Yeah. Well, please, if you're enjoying, leave a like, leave a comment. I do read them all. I do respond. I appreciate you guys being with me today. Let's slow her down a little bit. I love you all. And we have crossed into a very pink biome. This might be the biome where when Umbu lays down, unless nauseating smell will linger and dampen the mood of your villagers. That's not good. There's a storm coming in. Oh, it's a cold snap. Anyway, we'll get there. I love you guys. It's been a hoot. I'll see you next time.